Welcome to tradershelpdesk.com. In this video I am trying to take a trade on gold to the long side. All of the higher time frames are saying that gold may go up, and I'm trying to get a low risk entry point. There was an entry point back here. It did pretty much the same thing as it's doing right now, where it's coming back and testing the slow moving average. However, this one actually had 18 ticks of risk, so I was not interested in it. I'm trying to see if I get a close up now while it is at the slow moving average. I do know there's some strong resistance in this area here. So let's see what price does. Okay, I just entered this trade. I actually got one tick of slippage. So I'm actually going to put the actual entry on here, and I'm going to put that at yellow. That way we know where the actual entry was. And I'm going to pause the screen as soon as I come back. Either I will have clipper 1 or I'll get stopped out. The stop is at 57.5. So basically the clipper is calculated at 9 ticks of risk, which gives us an 18 tick profit target as clipper 1. I did get 1 tick of slippage on it. Okay, I'm almost at clipper 1, which is at 1560.2. I've missed it by 1 tick so far. Okay, we just took clipper 1. Our next target is clipper 2 at 1562. And our stop is at break even. So I'm going to put a line on here where the stop would be. And I'm setting this according to my actual feel. So my stop is at 0.7. Then we'll go ahead and pause the screen again. You can see the red line is where my stop is at 1558.7. Excuse me. Clipper 2 is at 1562. And we'll wait and see what happens. You do see that you're starting to get divergence on the highs. You're making lower volume bars on the highs. That tells me probably to expect a magenta peak on here. Now you see that buyers came back in. We could still get a magenta peak because we're at 70 on the ADX. But you see the ATR is pulling up, so it's working in my favor. So I'm just going to leave the trade as it is. Okay, so far it's been within 6 ticks of where the ATR is at this moment. It's done it on diverging volume. It normally tells me it's going to go back up. Okay, we just got clipper 2. Now I'm raising my stop. And my stop will be at clipper 1 now, which is actually at 20. Next profit target is 1563.8. normally that would have been 18 ticks on clipper 1 and then 36 on clipper 2. In this case, because I got slippage, it was 35 ticks. I'll go ahead and pause the screen again until either we get stopped out or we get clipper 3. Okay, you just had divergence on the highs. You made a new high with lower volume. That tells me we could anticipate another magenta peak. If we get that peak, the stop, which is the ATR plus sign, the ATR stop is below where my hard stop is, which is the yellow line. So if we do get the magenta peak, that tells me I'm better off just going ahead and taking my profits because my ATR is below where my stop would be. And I'm waiting on this magenta dot to appear. Basically, if it comes below the low of this bar, which is 1561.5, that's where we would anticipate the magenta peak, is what I call the line in the sand. We'll just wait a few minutes and see what it does here. And remember, my hard stop is 1560.2, and the ATR is beneath that, which is why I would just go ahead and exit the position. We still do not have the magenta peak, which is what I'm waiting on. That last bar was a pulse bar. It did not make a low, it did not make a high. It just simply paused. We are very high on the ADX right now at 15, and there's your magenta peak. So I'll close the position.
Order filled.
So that last position was closed at 1561. Okay, the total on that one position was 77 ticks, which is basically $770 in gold. And that position was actually identified using the higher time frames. Specifically, you knew that on the daily, you've got the potential for a magenta peak. You have a potential for a magenta peak on the 720. You did have a magenta peak over on the 180 with the potential to the pullback of 1566. It had already flipped the stop on the 45 minute. It had came back and it had tested the slow moving average on both the 3 and the 12, which indicated a long position to the upside. A very simple, easy, concise mechanism to enter the market.